As we stand on the brink of 2024, the global economic landscape is a vivid tapestry of progress, innovation, and resilience. The economic prowess of nations such as the United States, China, Germany, Japan, and India stands as a testament to their sustained growth and strategic economic planning. These nations, with their robust GDPs, drive the world economy, influencing global markets, shaping international policies, and paving the way for future economic developments. This article delves into the 10 largest economies in 2024, offering a comprehensive analysis of each. The United States, China, and Germany lead the pack, while emerging economies like India showcase remarkable growth potential. With an in-depth look at each nation's economic drivers and growth trajectories, one cannot help but wonder, how will the interplay of these economic giants shape the future of global prosperity and stability? The top 10 largest economies in the world in 2024. 1. United States of America. GDP, $28,783 billion. GDP per capita, $85,37,000. Region, North America. Annual GDP growth rate, 2.7%. The United States maintains its long-standing position as the world's largest economy. This dominance is underpinned by a diverse economy spanning services, manufacturing, finance, and technology. The U.S. benefits from a vast consumer market, innovative spirit, and resilient infrastructure. The entrepreneurial ethos and favorable business climate continue to attract global investments, driving sustained economic growth. 2. China. GDP, $18,536 billion. GDP per capita, $13,014,000. Region, East Asia. Annual GDP growth rate, 4.6%. China's meteoric rise to the second-largest economy is driven by its manufacturing might, export-led growth, and massive domestic investments. The country's economic strategy focuses on leveraging its extensive workforce, governmental support, and rapid infrastructure development to foster an expanding consumer market. As China continues to innovate and expand its global influence, its economic trajectory remains upward. 3. Germany. GDP, $4,590 billion. GDP per capita, $54,029,000. Region, North Central Europe. Annual GDP growth rate, 0.2%. Germany's economy is a powerhouse of exports, renowned for its engineering precision, particularly in the automotive, chemical, and pharmaceutical sectors. The country's economic stability is bolstered by a skilled labor force, strong R&D initiatives, and a steadfast commitment to innovation. Despite a modest growth rate, Germany's focus on high-quality manufacturing and exports keeps it at the forefront of the global economy. 4. Japan. GDP, $4,112 billion. GDP per capita, $33,014,000. Region, East Asia. Annual GDP growth rate, 0.9%. Japan's economy is characterized by advanced technology, manufacturing excellence, and a robust service industry. Major sectors include automotive, electronics, machinery, and finance. The country's dedication to technological advancement and a strong work ethic contribute to its significant global economic presence, despite slower growth compared to its peak years. 5. India. GDP, $3,942 billion. GDP per capita, $2,073,000. Region, South Asia. Annual GDP growth rate, 6.8%. India's economy is one of the fastest growing globally, driven by IT services, agriculture, manufacturing, and a burgeoning service sector. With a large and youthful population, an expanding middle class, and a tech-savvy workforce, India is poised for continued economic growth. The nation's diverse economy and rapid development make it a critical player in the global market. 6. United Kingdom. GDP $3,502 billion. GDP per capita $51.7 thousand. Region, Western Europe. Annual GDP growth rate 0.5%. The UK's economy is a mix of services, manufacturing, finance, and creative industries. London's status as a global financial hub attracts substantial foreign investment. The country's economic growth is also supported by its trade relationships and a dynamic globalized market, positioning the UK as a key player in international economics. 7. France. GDP $3,132 billion. GDP per capita $47.36 thousand. Region, Western Europe. Annual GDP growth rate 0.7%. France's diverse economy is highlighted by its aerospace, tourism, luxury goods, and agricultural sectors. Known for a robust social welfare system and significant investment in R&D, France continues to be a leading European economy. Its well-developed infrastructure and strong innovation and quality make it a significant contributor to global economic dynamics. 8. Brazil. GDP $2,333 billion. GDP per capita $11.35 thousand. Region, South America. Annual GDP growth rate 2.2%. Brazil's economy is diverse, encompassing agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and services. The country is a leading global producer and exporter of agricultural products. Economic growth in Brazil is influenced by commodity prices, domestic consumption, and infrastructure development. Despite economic challenges, Brazil remains a key player in the global market. 9. Italy. GDP $2,332 billion. GDP per capita $39.58 thousand. Region, Southern Europe. Annual GDP growth rate 0.7%. Italy's economy, the third largest in the European Union, is known for its vibrant business sector and competitive agricultural industry. The country's economic strength lies in its high-quality manufacturing, luxury goods, and a strong emphasis on export-oriented growth. Italy's strategic position in Europe further enhances its economic significance. 10. Canada. GDP $2,242 billion. GDP per capita $54.87 thousand. Region, North America. Annual GDP growth rate 1.2%. Canada's economy leverages its abundant natural resources, including oil, gas, minerals, and timber. The country also boasts a robust services sector and a well-developed manufacturing industry. Canada's commitment to innovation and technological advancements supports its steady economic growth and positions it as a key player in the global economy. Emerging economies to watch. 1. Russia. GDP $2,062 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 1.5%. Russia's economy is heavily dependent on its vast natural resources, particularly oil and gas. Despite geopolitical challenges and economic sanctions, Russia continues to play a significant role in the global energy market. The country's strategic economic initiatives aim to diversify its economy and reduce reliance on energy exports. 2. Mexico. GDP $2021 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 2.1%. Mexico's economy is characterized by a strong manufacturing sector, particularly in automotive and electronics, and a growing services sector. The country's trade agreements, such as the USMCA, enhance its economic ties with North America, contributing to its steady growth and development. 3. Australia. GDP $1,790 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 1.8%. Australia's economy benefits from its rich natural resources, including minerals and agricultural products. The country also has a well-developed services sector and strong trade relationships with Asia. Australia's focus on innovation and sustainable development supports its continued economic growth. 4. South Korea. GDP $1,760 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 2.3%. South Korea's economy is driven by its advanced technology, manufacturing, and export-oriented industries. The country is a global leader in electronics, automotive, and shipbuilding. South Korea's commitment to innovation and its strategic economic policies ensure its continued growth and competitiveness on the global stage. 5. Spain. GDP $1,652 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 1.4%. Spain's economy is diverse, with strengths in tourism, automotive, and manufacturing. The country's economic recovery from past financial crises is supported by its robust export sector and growing domestic consumption. Spain's strategic location in Europe enhances its trade and economic influence. 6. Indonesia. GDP $1,484 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 5.0%. Indonesia's economy is one of the fastest growing in the world, driven by a large domestic market, abundant natural resources, and a burgeoning manufacturing sector. The country's strategic economic policies and investments in infrastructure support its rapid growth and development. 7. Netherlands. GDP $1,142 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 0.9%. The Netherlands boasts a highly developed and open economy, with strengths in logistics, agriculture, and technology. The country's strategic location in Europe and its advanced infrastructure support its role as a key player in global trade and economics. 8. Turkey. GDP $1,113 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 3.0%. Turkey's economy is diverse, with strengths in manufacturing, services, and agriculture. The country's strategic location between Europe and Asia enhances its trade and economic influence. Turkey's focus on infrastructure development and economic reform supports its steady growth. 9. Saudi Arabia. GDP $1,112 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 2.5%. Saudi Arabia's economy is heavily reliant on oil exports. However, the country is making significant efforts to diversify its economy through initiatives like Vision 2030. Investments in non-oil sectors and economic reforms aim to reduce dependency on oil and promote sustainable growth. 10. Switzerland. GDP $938.46 billion. Annual GDP growth rate 1.0%. Switzerland's economy is characterized by its high-quality financial services, pharmaceuticals, and manufacturing industries. The country's strong economic policies, innovation, and stability make it a significant player in the global economy. As the global economic landscape continues to evolve, the interplay between established economic giants and emerging economies will shape the future of global prosperity. The strategic economic initiatives, innovation, and growth trajectories of these nations will determine their influence on the world stage. How will these dynamics impact global stability and development in the coming years? Share your thoughts on the future of the global economy and the role of these key players.